Infinite. It's the word we reach for when we mean countless, endless, like grains of sand. For thousands of years, that's what sand meant. The thing that never runs out. The thing too small to matter. And it turns out that's wrong. We're not running out of sand. We're running out of the sand we can use. And those turn out to be two very different things. Sand. Oh, almost everything I've ever built is standing on the one that's slipping away.
This one's for the ones who stay. The noticers. Something ordinary, except it never was.
Wait, how does the world even run out of sand? I've seen the desert.
In pictures, anyway. It goes on forever. There's more sand out there than any of us could count in 100 lifetimes. So how can the world be short on the one thing it has the most of? And it's not like it's some rare material either. After water, sand is the most used thing on Earth. 50 billion tons a year. Enough to build a wall 27 meters high all the way around the planet. Every year. Pretty much everything I touched today started as sand, and I never once thought about where it comes from. Sand. Just, okay, if there's this much of it, why would anyone say we're running out? Maybe it's a distribution thing. Some places have it, some don't. No, that's not it. Turns out, the sand in the desert, it's almost useless. Wait, what? The stuff there's the most of is the stuff we can't use. It's the shape. Wind keeps pushing it. Again and again, for thousands of years, till nothing grabs onto anything anymore. Round, smooth, polished. Pour it together and it just slides. Like tiny marbles. Can't build on marbles. Concrete needs the opposite. Sharp, jagged grains that lock together. And those don't come from wind. They come from water, rivers, coastlines, the sea. Wind rounds it. Water sharpens it. Same sand, two completely different things. So the desert's out. But wait, what about the countries that are the desert? Dubai, Saudi Arabia. They're building the tallest things on Earth. So where are they getting it? They import it, surrounded by more sand than almost anywhere on the planet, and they ship it in. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building there is, standing in the sand. Built with sand from Australia. The Palm Islands, that whole coastline drawn into the sea. Millions of tons of it, dredged off the seabed, because the desert right behind it was the wrong kind. Building with desert sand is like building with a pile of marbles instead of bricks. A whole country standing on sand, buying sand, and it's still just sand. Okay, so if this stuff is actually valuable now, someone's fighting over it, right? Yeah, they are. In a lot of the world, river sand is worth enough to fight over, and once something's worth fighting over, people start getting hurt over it. There's even a name for it. The sand mafias. In India, one group tracked it for 16 months. 418 people. Dead. Trucks in the dark. Riverbeds dug hollow until the banks fall in. Kids drowning in the pits left behind. Over sand. The thing I stepped on at the beach and never thought about again. I need a second. I picked some up, just to feel it. And it does the thing sand always does. It slips through my fingers. The oldest image we have for time running out is sand falling. Okay, hold on. Is that all sand even does? Just concrete, buildings. I've been treating it like a construction material this whole time. But the window I'm looking through right now, that's sand too. Isn't it? Oh, we melted it. Melted sand is glass. Suddenly we could see through a wall. And I always heard glass never really hardens. That old cathedral windows sag at the bottom because the glass slowly flows. No, that one turns out to be a myth. The math isn't even close. Those windows were just made uneven and hung heavy side down. It was holding still so quietly, we invented a story to explain it. Still, so that's what glass gave us. A window. No, that's not it either.
A window just lets the same world in. But we didn't leave it flat. We curved it. And curved glass doesn't show the same world at all. Bend it one way, the telescope, the stars. Bend it the other, the microscope, the cell. Suddenly we could see things nobody had ever seen before through a piece of melted sand. But it doesn't stop there, because sand didn't just teach us to see, purify it far enough, and sand becomes silicon. The chip, the phone.
Every thought I've ever typed, the same thing under my shoe at the beach, is the thing thinking for me now. So we just melt beach sand and get a processor. No, that can't be right. If it were that easy, every coastline on Earth would be a gold mine. And it isn't. Same sand. The window, then the brain. So what makes it so hard? Pure. That's the word I skipped over, because a chip can't run on just any sand. It needs silicon that's 99.999999% pure. One atom. Out of a billion. That's enough to ruin it. So the beach won't do. The desert won't do. Almost none of the sand on Earth will do. The purest quartz we found comes from basically one small town. One town? No. That can't be enough for the whole planet. But it is. Spruce Pine, North Carolina. And the reason is almost absurd. 380 million years ago, two continents crashed into each other. Deep underground. No water. Impossible heat. And it made a kind of sand that exists almost nowhere else. The brain of nearly every device on Earth traces back to that one ancient collision. And it's still just sand, the most common thing in the world. And the right kind is almost nowhere. And that's the thing that finally got me. We keep saying sand is infinite. It was never that there's too little of it. It's that the part we actually need is rare and slow and running low. A grain of usable sand takes thousands of years to make. We go through 50 billion tons of it a year. It was never about sand running out. It's that we built everything on one specific kind of it. But what does that actually mean? Because we don't make sand, we take it. And every ton pulled out of a river takes the riverbank with it. Every beach stripped bare was a beach holding back the sea. So it was never just sitting there. It was holding things up. Quietly, while we counted it as nothing. So was it worth it? I look around the room. The walls, the window, the screen, all of it started as the stuff under my feet. We took the most ordinary thing on Earth and we made cities out of it. Windows, telescopes, minds, but something left too. For thousands of years, sand meant endless. Now it's a thing we measure and mine and fight over. The symbol of too many to count became a thing we're counting very carefully. And there's something quieter too. Sand used to be the thing in my hand. At the beach, between my toes. Now it's refined, purified, sealed inside the glass I'm staring at. I use more sand than anyone who ever lived, and I never touch it anymore. I let the last of it fall out of my hand, and I keep circling this one thing. We always said we shape sand. We melt it, crush it, pour it, print it. The raw material, and us, the builders, but every room I stood in today, every screen I looked at, every word I typed, only happened because this grain was here first. That's backwards. So, did we build our whole world on sand? Or did we hand our whole world over to it and never notice we were standing on something that slips away?
Oh, and sand itself stands on almost nothing. Just tiny broken pieces of something older. So what was it before it was sand? I've never once looked. That's where I go next. Getting obsessed with ordinary things and following them wherever they go. Mr. Epically Ordinary. Did my brain just drop an ad on me again? My brain already works like this anyway. So I'll stick around. Maybe you will too. Take care of yourselves. And next time a little sand slips through your fingers, maybe it's worth one quiet second to stop and ask whether we're the ones holding it, or whether it's been holding us.